Welcome, it's your friendly neighbourhood badger here, and I present to you, by popular demand, a comprehensive build guide to the Sentinel Queen. A Herald of Purity necromancer with damage and defences so out of this world, you won't ever have to call on that friend of yours who plays a miner every single league. This build guide will cover everything you need to know from beginning to end to get your Sentinel Queen up and running. So pay attention, let's dive right in. The Sentinel Queen is a unique summoner build that takes many things into account. Firstly, we rely on Herald of Purity, a special minion that does insane amounts of damage and is very underrated. We boost this Herald of Purity with our Cold Iron Point daggers and our Circle of Guilt rings. I will go into much more detail about these things further in the guide. However, the premise is spin to win. Let me show you that just now. The main mechanic of the Sentinel Queen comes from a Cyclone cast while channeling Desecrate Spirit Offering setup. This is meaning that every 0.7 seconds we are getting around 15% of our life as maximum energy shield. This is keeping our defenses topped right up, and it is absolutely amazing. This, plus with the absolutely insane damage of Herald of Purity, we are hitting insane numbers, insane defense, and as you can see, I just like the word insane because this build is insane. It's very insane. Though I have poured many exalts into this build, you can get it running for less than an exalted orb. All prices for this build are taken at time of recording on Softcore Metamorph. If you are one to use Path of Building, there will be a Pastebin below in the description for this budget build. Feel free to follow along. I'll be running through both the gear and the links for this budget option right now. First of all, you are looking for 2 Cold Iron Point Ezomite daggers. These daggers are going to be giving +3 to all of your physical spell skill gems, meaning that your Herald of Purity is going to be buffed to astronomical numbers. In the first Cold Iron Point, we are using our movement skill, Whirling Blades linked with faster attacks. We can then put our Pride aura in here as well, as we have an extra slot. In the second Cold Iron Point, we are looking to put our Spectre setup. We are using Raise Spectre with Blood Magic and Summon Carrion Golem. I will come right back to why we use Blood Magic with our Spectres in a moment, because we are using some very unique Spectres here. We then move to the 2 rings that are mandatory. They are our Circle of Guilt Iron Rings. Now you must remember that with these rings, we are needing the Herald of Purity has % reduced mana reservation node on them. Now, we must make sure that both of these rings total up to at least 75% reduced mana reservation for our Herald of Purity. This is because we are linking more support skill gems to our Herald of Purity, meaning that the mana reservation goes right up. Keep that in mind, otherwise we will not be able to run all of our auras. We then move to the non-mandatory items. For our gloves, boots, amulet, and belt, for the budget option, all we are looking for is life and resistances. You can also chuck some strength in there if you would like to just buff the numbers up a little bit and give you some more health. For our gloves and boots, we are making sure that in one of them we are linking our Summon Holy Relic. To this, we want increased area of effect, controlled destruction, and minion damage. In the other, we are looking for our Flesh and Stone aura linked with Maim support. We then have 2 free slots to put in what we would like to. Right now, I'm running a Portal Gem. You can choose whatever else you would like to run. For the helmet, I would definitely suggest that you use a Geoffrey's Legacy Great Helmet. This is giving you +1 to socketed skill gems, which we will be socketing our Herald of Purity into. This helmet is also allowing you to get an extra holy relic, meaning that your clear is doubled. It is a very strong helm, and this can carry you all the way through to the end game. In this helmet, we are linking our Herald of Purity main skill with these following supports: Deathmark, minion damage, and melee physical damage. And lastly, for the chest piece. In this chest piece, we are looking to socket our Cyclone cast while channeling setup. This includes Cyclone, cast while channeling, Desecrate, and Spirit offering as the main 4 links. If you have a 5th link, you can put Fortify in. If you're using something like a Tabula, you can also put Infused channeling. On this chest piece, we are looking for life and resistances, just to cap everything out. You can even look for a very cheap percentage life roll if you can. Hopefully it won't blow the budget too much. And there you have it. We still have 32 chaos left over from our Exalt. If you are looking at the path of building, and I'll put it on the screen as well, you will notice that each of your Herald of Purities with this budget build are dealing at least 600,000 damage against Shaper. You will also notice that the defenses are quite amazing, with at least 6k life, easily pushing into 6.5k, great reses, and good spell block and normal block chance as well. The first big upgrade that you will want for your build is your helmet enchant. Now this is a +1 to maximum number of Sentinels of Purity. For ease of sake, I'm going to leave out the cost of these items that I've got here because they're very hard to price, but you'll see when searching on the trade website. Here's the helm that I managed to purchase and craft myself. Keep in mind that the 5% reduced mana reserved is very important in being able to use all of our auras. I'll talk about them just in a moment. This is the chest piece I have purchased for my build. It could be better, but it has massive amounts of life. Also, it is 6-linked, and we are moving our Herald of Purity setup into this 6-link. The 2 extra gems we are adding are Impale and Multi-Strike. This is going to be coupled with a Dread Banner, which we will place in another item. Next, our Circle of Guilt rings also have the Sentinel of Purities dealing increased damage mod on them. This is a massive buff, especially if you've got it on both rings. Our boots are fairly generic, but you will need them this way so you can stack a good amount of resists and life on them. Also, move speed is quite good. With our gloves, we have gone for a Corrupted Shaper's Touch with Enfeeble on hit. As I ended up stacking quite a bit of strength on the rest of my build, we now get a great energy shield bonus from Shaper's Touch. If you do want to spend a little bit more money, you can go for vulnerability on hit, but I prefer the safety of Enfeeble. Next, the Amulet. The Amulet I bought has +1 to level of all strength skill gems, with also a lot of life, some energy shield, minion speed, and strength. It is a very, very good amulet. The last big change we do have for the items in this build is we are using a Glorious Vanity Timeless Jewel. Now, this is going to allocate us the Corrupted Soul Keystone point. This keystone allows us to gain 20% of our maximum life as extra maximum energy shield at a sacrifice of 50% of non-chaos damage taken, bypassing our energy shield. This isn't a massive deal because our pool of health will be larger than our pool of energy shield at all times. A larger energy shield pool is just going to mean that we have an insane amount of regen in our Spirit offering that's just able to stack and stack and stack and stack. I'll talk about that a little bit later and the mechanics that go into that. One thing to remember with the Glorious Vanity Jewels is that, as you can see, every single node within this circle has been randomized to a strange stat. The number indicated on the Glorious Vanity Jewel does not really mean anything other than each individual number means a totally random set of nodes. So keep in mind as you may be divining or buying your Doriani jewels that you will not get one exactly the same as mine unless you purchase one with the exact same number. Here you can see that I have a little bit of life here, a little bit of life here, and some chaos res here. You will also be switching out your Carrion Golem for an Animate Guardian, as well as putting a meat shield in the links. Now, the items for your Animate Guardian are very expensive, so if you don't want to afford potentially losing the money on this, which is around about 3 exalts each time, I would recommend not using Animate Guardian. However, with the Kingmaker Axe, it does mean that Animate Guardian is giving you permanent Fortify and permanent Culling Strike to all of your minions. You are then equipping Gruthkul's Pelt for increased regen and health, Southbound Gloves for percentage health, Victario's Flight for move speed to all allies, and a helmet crafted with a jagged fossil, so you can hopefully hit the negative 9% physical damage reduction to allies nearby. The trees between the budget version of the build and the endgame version of the build differ slightly, and I'm just going to run through them now. Obviously, we are playing a Witch. Now, the Witch, we are also playing a Necromancer, meaning that we will be taking Mindless Aggression, then into Unnatural Strength. Thirdly, we are taking Mistress of Sacrifice, and as your Uber Lab, we are taking Bone Barrier as your Ascendancy points. To go to the tree itself, basically, we just want to go straight out into Intelligence, first of all pick up some life and a couple of minion nodes. We then, as quick as possible, want to go down, grab minion nodes, down here all the way through all of this life, through this node here, down, pick these up if you really want, you can come around and we want to hit Resolute Technique. Now the reason we want to hit Resolute Technique is for 2 reasons. The main reason being that our Herald of Purity will proc a lot easier on rare monsters, meaning we spawn them a lot faster. The second reason is for our clear. The more that we hit with our Cyclone, the more that our Holy Relic procs and deals damage around us. So this is a very, very good node for this tree. At around level 90, without this node, you'll be only at about an 80% hit chance, which is terrible. You are then basically just trying to fill out the rest of your life, get some jewel nodes, more life over here, and then you're coming down here getting minion nodes, up here for Death Attunement for an extra Spectre, and some big minion nodes here. That is pretty much it. All you're looking for on the tree is minion damage and life. That is it. It is a very, very simple tree. As I said, our endgame tree is very slightly different. Now, the main thing that is different is, as you can see here, I've picked up some weird brand damage nodes. This is, as I talked about earlier, because of the Glorious Vanity Jewel. Now, as I'm in Path of Building here, it doesn't actually work quite properly, but I have got the Glorious Vanity, taken Mind Over Matter because that converted to the Corrupted Blood node, and then I've also taken these because it gave me some life, and this because it gave me some chaos resistance. You can go a little bit further back and check that if you want. But if you're loading up the Path of Building and you've seen this, that is why it is like this. Everything else is pretty much the same. The only difference is that we have gone into some aura effect and mana reserved. This is meaning that we can use all of our auras, and we're sitting at a 6% unreserved mana. That is the tree. Lastly, on both of the builds, we have allocated Ravenous Horde. Now this takes 1 Verdant Oil and 2 Opalescent Oils to go on your amulet. Now this is a little bit expensive, so you may not want to do it straight away on the budget version, but basically this gives you a big damage boost for your minions. Increased move speed, increased damage, attack speed, and cast speed, as well as them gaining a chance to get Onslaught on kill. It is a very good node. Other ones you could potentially go for are the, hang on, not that one. We're looking at the Grave Intentions, giving them Unholy Might, which is very, very good. Or if you just want even more life, you can grab some other life node somewhere that will be quite nice for you. There's even a couple of good ones down here as well. That's pretty much it with the tree. The Spectres that we use in this build are just there to buff our minion damage massively. To get these Spectres, it is extremely easy. All you need to do is go to Act 6, the Riverways. So let's just go there right now. Then, as you're here, you will desecrate some mobs. You'll try and look for some big monkeys. So I'm looking now. I gotta try again. Look again. And first of all, we found one. So we are first looking for a Stygian Silverback. We want 2 of these Stygian Silverbacks. So I will summon one now. We are then looking for a second Stygian Silverback, which we have found. And then the third Spectre we want is a Host Chieftain. And I will just try to find that now. It looks a little bit more brown on his back. Got a weird thing attached to him. A little creature. So I think I found him. Yes, I have. So I will summon him. Now, one special thing is obviously Spectres will go through you through disconnects and coming off the servers and back on. But now that I have these Spectres, if I travel to my hideout, if any one of these actually die accidentally, I can now spawn all of these in my hideout because I have them already summoned. A very important thing to remember with Spectres. So keep that in mind. Now, the very last thing I'll mention, as I said I would before, is there is a reason we have linked blood magic to our Spectres right here. Blood magic is linked to our Spectre. The reason being is the ability for these 2 Spectres here are that the Stygian Silverbacks generate frenzy charges and the Host Chieftain generate power charges. Now they have a very limited mana pool, so they usually generate them quite slowly. If we link blood magic to these Spectres, they instead use their life to use these abilities, meaning that their ability is only inhibited by the cooldown of the spell, which is around about 5 to 8 seconds, I'm not sure exactly, but it's quite good. Meaning that most of the time, you're going to have full frenzy and full power charges through your fights. These can be generated on bosses as well. They use their ability when any enemy is near. It is very, very strong. Frenzy power charges and power charges on minions are very, very powerful, much more powerful than they are on players. You can go and look up some stats if you would like to, but it's pretty insane. That's it for the Spectres. Look, that's pretty much it for the build guide. So if you have any questions, chuck them down in the comments and I'll do my best to reply to as much as I can. Here, you've just got a bit of a boss compilation of lots of different bosses that this character has completed. All of the bosses you see are at the highest tier that they possibly can be. So I'm just going to hand it over to me. See you guys. Oh my goodness. Damage. Oh, what the? I just got stuck. I'm just stuck in here. Alright, well, I'll just keep spinning like this, I guess. I can't move anywhere. I might just die because of this. No, I'm good. I think, maybe. I might actually just die because of this. Put a bone armor on just in case. Alright, we're good. Scammed, yeah, I know, right? Freedom! Let's get out of that. Yep. Him as well. Alright, I'm gonna go around the edge just so I don't get trapped in it again. Alright, there we are. Not trapped this time. That's good. Always good. Oh! Woo! Oh yeah. Oh yep, he's gonna do that little phase. Come on. We got you. We got you, boy. You ain't got me. We got you. Doink. I'll take it. Look at my boys. Look at them go. I love them. Alright, let's pop in. Let's do this. Come on, shapey boy. I'll just tank that, I reckon. Tank a bit of that. And we got the knowledge and the gloves. Nice. Oops. Okay. Oh yeah. Oh, he's doing a bit of damage there. Better avoid that. I will take it.
I shall cast you into a pit of infinite torches.
Got him.
Welcome. Time has no meaning here. Your pain will be ended.
Got him.
You still.
I've killed countless thousands. Not one more.
Ooh, something dropped there, didn't it? Let's go.
With your death, this nightmare finally ends. I'm better. I'm the only hunter.
Oh my goodness, what's actually going on right now? What's going on? He's just like glitched out. Oh! I think that's like start recording. That's a lot of damage. That's a lot of damage. So it's still okay. You've got EE and elemental armor to decrease it further. Yeah, if you can get the boss to like the low resistances, negative resistances, that's awesome. That's heaps and heaps of damage. That's a lot of damage. I sawed this boat in half. 80%. Yeah, that's pretty good. That's pretty good, honestly. Wow.
To me, exile, quickly.
Where do we get the assassin's mitts? Let's go. Just stand still, honestly. Got him. Do something. Just gotta spawn them all up. Still not spawning them very fast, am I? There we are, they're all good now. And now we got the damage up. Let's just spawn you there. Oh, took a bit of damage there. I'll just tank that. So much fun. Alright, you should be good now to get targeted. And let's tank it again. Man. Just a little too much power. Rock you there. You should be good to almost target. Very close, come on. Where are you? There you are. Pop that. Okay, there we are. There we are. Whoa! He gave me a bit of damage to send. Alright, there we are. Give me something good. Oof. Well, that's the build, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you are still watching at the moment, I super appreciate it. I'm really enjoying getting back into making PoE content and doing it for you guys. All I can really ask is that you just keep following what I'm doing and keep saying you enjoy it. If you do enjoy it, seriously, it means the most to me if you want to chuck a subscribe down the bottom. Hit that little bell as well, because you will be notified when anything does come out of mine. And if you do want to see me streaming live, I do stream most nights, at least 5 nights a week, on twitch.tv/thisisbadgergaming. I'll chuck it right down there as well. And follow me on Twitter, because you get updates from when I am actually going to be streaming and when I put videos up as well. That is it, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you have any questions about this build, just come find me on stream, or you can chuck it in the comments below. That's totally fine as well. Thank you so much. Until next time, Badger, out.